Alrighty, hello everybody. I hope everybody is having a fantastic day, morning, evening. Welcome to the Super Castlevania 4 tournament. My name is D&D Nat 21. I'm here with my fellow commentator Tin. We are going to be covering a lot of the commentary for these two fantastic racers that we have lined up today. We got ourselves Eagle Eye Jones versus Stuff is Stuff. Now, these guys are fantastic racers. They are just a little bit new within the Castlevania speedrunning, but they are not new to the game. They have played it previously before, but just not at this level. They are very much ready to race each other and show what level of skill. Tin, do you have any comments about or any thoughts about how this race is going to be going today?
I'm pretty excited. I'm not sure who's gonna take it because both of them, like you said, are fairly new to the CV4 community. And also, if you look at the leaderboard, they're not that far off from each other. Because we have like Stuff has a 3902 currently as a PB, and Eli Jones is sitting on a 3911, so that's really close. And as you know, in a race setting, basically a no reset run, anything can happen. So it's gonna be a really close one.
Absolutely. PBs are indeed important to take into account, but it's all about backup strats and how they're able to handle the pressure of a race. I myself am very familiar to that circumstance, so I know how much it can weigh on them.
Definitely, yeah.
So we're going to just go ahead and make sure that everything is okay with our racers. I believe everything is okay with our setup and stream. Chat, we're very happy to have you hanging around. Thank you very much for joining us. We're going to be hyping up everything, and we look forward to having you guys hyping us up as well. So cheer on our racers and make sure that we're able to keep the energy going for them.
Yeah, good luck to both races.
Absolutely, good luck. So just confirming with them.
Hopefully volume is better now. Try to put it up a tiny bit.
Alrighty, our racers are good to go. And we are going to be starting in 5 seconds with the countdown. Wishing our racers good luck. In 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good luck to our racers. The signal has been sent, and we are going to go ahead and sync up our races as soon as the timers get started.
Hype. Alright, setting up.
Alrighty. So, the beginning is, as always, start getting that cross, get that combo up, and make sure that everything goes smooth. A rough start in the beginning can be disastrous moving forward.
Yeah, one thing you notice pretty soon is a thing we do throughout the whole game is a lot of damage boosting. So a lot has to do with health management. Some of the screens, if you do them ideally, you will end up having 1 bar of health. So that's pretty cruel. So if anything goes off according to plan, you gotta check if you gotta skip any debuffs or really take care about your health.
Absolutely.
Already a huge thing in this stage.
As you can see, they're moving on to the second screen now with below half health. Just goes to show that if there's one little cycle that can go wrong, they get stuck in a loop or they get hit twice or something, it's going to cost them a little bit of time. But both racers are indeed looking fantastic and in form to start.
Yeah, and both picked up the supplement. So for any percent, for those who are not that familiar with the game, we pick up the cross. We wanna ideally wanna keep the cross throughout the whole game. If you die, if you lose your cross, there is backup crosses. Some of them might be in good spots depending on where you die. Some it takes a little bit longer to get your cross back. And also, if you lose your cross, you also got to consider that you have to get your multiplier back. By multiplier, I mean you have a double and a triple, having 2 crosses or 3 crosses on total on screen.
Absolutely. That's right now you can see that both of the racers currently have picked up their third combo. Right now, yep, there goes Eagle Eye getting his third one, and they're going to try their best, as you had mentioned, to keep that all the game. So when you lose your cross, not only do you lose the time that you either died on, or perhaps you picked up your a dagger or an axe, and those are not very useful weapons in Castlevania 4. If you do that, you lose the time because you are also trying to build that combo up. So it carries forward almost into the next stage sometimes, depending on where you lose it. I myself I hate to lose it on stage 3, somewhere around there. Then I believe it's the second phase. But you know, you do what you can.
Yeah, I mean the good thing about this game is we don't have any RNG or like let's say troll drops as you have in CV1 where you have the 3-man alley, you can get an axe drop which can screw the whole thing for you. So sub weapons are always in the same spot, but still, yeah, you know might get a knockback into an axe in stage 6. That's stuff that happens. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Stuff is stuff. Doing a fantastic Rodane fight and getting the orb. Both racers are absolutely still neck and neck. It's anybody's race within the first stage. But anybody who's run this game knows it's not about the first 3 or 4 stages. Those are somewhat forgiving. It's the second half that really gets you. And a good fight from Eagle Eye.
Yeah, so both continuing to stage 2, and Steph did a really good job getting out of that hand pretty quickly, because that's one thing, these hands are completely RNG. Once you get grabbed by a hand, you have to wiggle yourself out, so the only thing you can do is trying to throw your cross very low ground so you can destroy these hands before they grab you.
Absolutely. When you hit the ground, there is a time where you can throw your cross and save on frame so that you don't get stuck, you don't end up losing a little bit of time in between. You can throw it low, keep on going, keep on jumping, and oh, Eagle Eye missing that jump there on the left-hand side. A little bit costly, but not too big of a deal. He'll be able to come back from that without any issues as the stuff moves into the second frame of stage 2. I
Yeah,
love this stage, the stage 2 rhythm.
I love the music, but for learning, I feel like that's one of the stages. I don't know, maybe it's a personal thing, but I feel like that's one of the stages you don't want to practice much because it's, compared to the other stages, a bit boring maybe. But the music is really so good, so chill.
Absolutely. Big shout out to the Eagle Eye Jones, who is racing right now, taking care of the audio that you were all listening to before. In the start phase, he does a fantastic remastering of this, and hopefully he can do a mastering of this run.
Yeah, so in this stage we have a boss that is not really a real boss. At the end of the stage we have Medusa, so you have no orb drop, and the stage continues after this boss. Whereas most bosses are like the real bosses of the stage. Stefan did a really good kill on Medusa. Pretty fast, no damage taken.
Yeah, he's going to be able to take a lot of the damage boosts, which are very important in 2-3, being able to make up a lot of time and push forward against the river's current. Now, if you miss a boost, unfortunately, the river's current can mess you up a little bit, and you're going to have to really take into account where the spikes are and align your jumps a little better.
But yeah, so far pretty close race still. I feel like one thing with the early game though is it might be a bit more forgiving, but if you do a few mistakes early on, that can really mess with the nerves. I feel like because you want to have a clean start and be like, okay, not too many bad things happened, should be good, and then you continue with a much better feeling than having a bunch of mistakes already.
Yeah, the mental fortitude really starts to come into play when you feel like you're racing from behind. But it's good advice that I've received to always be, at least in my case, to always think that you are behind and play like you're always from behind. So, but it becomes a lot when you start making those small mistakes and they start building up on you, and you just have to take that deep breath and go, "It's okay, it happened. Let's try to keep. Where do we go from here?"
Yeah, definitely.
So stage 3 is looking a little chaotic. We're hoping that the Mudmen are able to be a little bit, cooperative. We had some good boosting going through here. The health is going to be a little low on Eagle Eye, so hopefully he's going to be able to take care of protecting those health pips so he can take the boosts moving on to 3-2.
Yeah, so in his case, he really has to depend on good RNG. Because if he takes any more damage now, he has to skip at least one boost on the next stage, but that's okay. Can still save a bunch of time. But
Yeah.
yeah, even though it's super early in the game, stage 3, I feel like it's one of the most technical stages. So if you're not familiar with the run, you might be a bit of an underrated stage, but yeah, don't let the game fool you. It's one of the most technical stages. So both are doing a really good job considering the nerfs in the race setup.
Absolutely. I just saw his stuff try to go for the ring glitch. He was practicing that earlier, and I believe he, if I can quote him properly, if I don't get it first try, I am going to skip it and move forward. And it was quite clear that that is what he intends to do. He moves forward through the stage smoothly and does not look back. Now, Eagle Eye should be coming up to the ring glitch here. The whip has to try to go across the top of the ring and just graze it to the point where the game thinks that the whip is coming directly north.
Whoa,
Ooh.
scary moment there. My heart for a second. Whoa,
Oh, good recovery.
good
So,
job. Nice.
yeah, the double whip strategy is something that Eagle Eye relies on. He does that on purpose to make sure that it resets him more vertical. Now, I've seen him do it many times where successfully, where it does indeed ensure him, but there was very scary. Good hold. Let's see if Stuff is going to go for any form of boosting off of the Fire Eyes. Oh, but Eagle Eye!
Nice eyeball boost.
Very nice. Good. Nice eyeball boost from Eagle Eye Jones. He's been practicing that. I know it's on his list. He's been putting in a lot of work, and he's been almost dreading this race for a second. But because of that, it's motivated him to focus and really put the nose to the grindstone. And his work is clearly paying off with all of the boosts and tricks that he is putting together here in this run.
Yeah, that was looking pretty crisp. And it's gonna help him because that eyeball boost is saving 3.5 seconds, depending on how you do it. But yeah, he's a bit behind still, but that was definitely helping with catching up to stuff. So second ring glitch coming up. I'm not sure if he's gonna go for that one. Doesn't look like it.
No, I don't believe they've practiced that second ring glitch. They're a little scared of that one. And how much time does that ring glitch really save overall? Do you think that is something that perhaps a beginner runner would want to put in? Would you consider it worth it putting into a race?
I mean, I always go like, do what you feel like. If you feel like you want to learn it already, and you can get it pretty consistently, go ahead and do it. If you feel like you're dying a lot more than really getting it, then maybe just wait a tiny bit. But like the second one is definitely a bit harder to get than the first one because you have this waterfall and all the lag and everything. So it's a bit harder to set up.
Seems that Stuff has had fantastic Orphic Vipers and is now moving on to stage 4, getting that first cycle platform, throwing the cross at the middle point of the steps so that the skeleton can indeed go away before blocking him and having him to wait for a good 10 seconds, if I'm not mistaken, for the cycle to reset. Fantastic kill from Eagle Eye Jones for Orphic Vipers. He's playing very well. I hope that he doesn't think that he's playing from too far behind.
Yeah, I hope so too, because sometimes that can mess with the nerves too. But even though he just started the stage and stuff is halfway through, still a lot of stuff can happen, pretty much. Like one big mistake or one small mistake, even that can turn into a bigger one. That's still too early to say anything.
Absolutely. I'd say stage 6 is usually my my no reset line, because after that it's go through with it, just deal with it and put it to bed. No one's gonna really blame you for it. But you know, it's I feel stage 6 is where the race really comes to life. Stuff's currently getting into the Medusa head room, where lag control is a little bit of an issue, but safety comes first. Don't move and everything will be a-okay.
Yeah, Eagle Eye Jones is at Pure Pixels now. Really good job killing him.
Fantastic coaxial fight. Very nice. Oh, I'm actually being informed by chat that the 3-3 ring glitch saves about 2 or 3 seconds. Thank you very much for that. So in a race here where I feel maybe the PBs are off by minutes versus seconds, I think the risk reward for these racers is probably best for them to move past that ring glitch at least. But as you said, comfort matters.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't feel it, better just skip it because if you mess up and you die, you lose a cross. You have to fight the Orphan Vipers with the axe, and then you won't get a cross back until yeah, maybe stage 5. I mean, you can get one in stage 4, but it's pretty in the section right before Corona. But it takes a lot of time to get that one, so that's not usually not the one we try to get back. So yeah, if you die, that's a huge death in the climate stage 3.
Mhm. Alrighty, stuff is stuff now making his way through the lag tunnel. And you want to avoid killing anything in the side of that tunnel, as it causes extra amounts of lag for the amount of pixels that end up being on the screen. He's going for the one cycle, nicely done. And now Eagle Eye Jones has now entered into the lag tunnel as well. He has his cross. He's a little low on health, so he's going to be a little concerned. Oh, jumping over the skeletons, very nice.
Yeah.
Fantastically done. He's reducing the lag, being able to move forward to close the gap ever so slightly. This race is still on. This is anybody's race. To be on only one scene away from each other is fantastic pace. Keep it up, guys. Come on, guys. Come on, chat. Let's hype these guys up.
Yeah, really good job from both so far still. And that's one thing I really like. If you watch a few people for this of this game, you see a lot of like very individual small things, just like the skeleton jump that Eagle Eye did. I never saw that one from anyone else. So that's really cool if you watch different people and you can compare what they do.
Almost defining like a characteristic. Everyone's got their own little style and way of handling it, even though there are strats that are generally recognized.
Alright, let's see if we get an early orbs looking good. Nice, got it.
Ooh, very
Awesome.
nice. Early orb on Stuff is Stuff, throwing a little swag and saving seconds while he's able to do it. Nicely done. That is very specific. I don't know if anyone has watched the JC tutorial on that, but there are just times where you can't get that orb. You've got to read it.
Yeah.
You've got to have it. Well done. Well done.
Let's see how Eagle Eye Jones is handling Coronet. Looking good so far. Getting a lot of damage in.
Yep.
Right, clean fight.
Very clean fight from Eagle Eye Jones. That was only 2.5 jumps. That's very good. Is he going to be able to? Oh, unlucky platforms.
Yeah. So even if you try to read it correctly and get on the right platform, sometimes you can't get it. It's just game trolling.
Absolutely. Oh, we have a lot of harpies coming in on Stuff is Stuff. He's taking care of it though, handling it well. Nice reaction.
You got the troll one too at the very end of the screen. That's a cruel one.
Yep.
Killed quite a few runs from a lot of people.
I've gotten into the habit of making sure that I throw an extra cross, even if it's worth the 1 second or 2 second. I'll be safe rather than sorry with the harpy.
Yeah, those harpies are complete RNG in the stage. So sometimes you get a real harpy party having a lot of them on screen, and sometimes I still remember Paul's SGDQ run when Furious Paul was running that, and he mentioned the harpies, and then not a single harpy showed up the entire run. So.
That's that's the dream RNG.
Yeah.
Stuff is currently making his way into the stage 6, the defining moment where things can go awry. We're gonna see how he handles the chandeliers, makes his way through, as Eagle Eye Jones makes his way very, very close, closely behind.
Yeah, doing a good job trying to keep his pace. So stage 6, you might get a little CB1 vibe from this one. But yeah, it's looking pretty. It's a pretty stage, but there's a lot of stuff getting a lot harder from now on because enemies take more damage, and yeah, these chandeliers are pretty cruel too.
Absolutely, stuff taking his time. The anxiety swings, as I have labeled them in my splits, are something that can get to your head just by the sound. These guys are very, very close. Chad is saying a 40-second. This is very tight. A 40-second difference approximately. Alrighty, getting into the ghosts and ectoplasms. There is a axe here. Stuff had mentioned trying it and seeing how he can do the aggressive strat. Let's see how it goes for him. Very nice.
Yeah, because that's one of these troll axes I was talking about. If you're a bit off, there you can get a knockback right into the axe, and then you would have to go to the secret room, get your crossback, build up your multiplier again. It takes a lot of time. It's not as big of a deal as dying on the chandeliers, because then would have to do the first screen all over again, then have to go to the secret room. So it's a good decision from both of them, taking the chandeliers a bit more safe. That's one of the worst spots to die in.
Absolutely. Now, let's see if Eagle Eye Jones is going to be able to pull off the same thing. He is aware of the same method. He might be a little late there. Oh, clean from both runners. We got here, let's see, no candle clip from the cross for Stuff is Stuff, making his way down to the end of the scene. Fantastic. Here comes the second throw of crosses from Eagle Eye Jones, making it through, doing a jumping down whip, which is scary there.
That's a good decision from him to pick up the one. Because now he has full health, he can go for a lot more damage boost.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, the bats were not kind on the timing on that jump. But it should give him a little bit of health to be able to move through the hallway and be able to deal with the skeleton hallway, which is a little bit of a tight spot if you don't have the proper health for it. Here, making Stuff is making his way all the way to the dancing, the ghost dancers. These are RNG. The tables are going to be shifting and trying to knock him. He's going to try to get those candles to get to the relic to be able to clear the screen as fast as possible. Like that, perfect. He went ahead and did it clean. Now, this is actually the very first appearance of ghost dancers in the Castlevania series, as I was actually doing a little bit of research ahead of time. And it's very interesting that this is the first time that you would see them, and they are just so pertinent and such a headache. Let's see here, Stuff is Stuff. We're going to go ahead and see if Fred Astaire and Paula Abdul are dancing with him.
Oh, nice kill. Clean.
No dirty dancing for Stuff is Stuff. Eagle Eye Jones now making his way through the hallway as well, going for cross strats and just cleaning it out very nice and aggressively.
Yeah, also picking up another meat, which I can't blame him for, because now even if he doesn't do the coffin boost, he has all the health in the world he needs to damage boost from the tables and go through the screen a lot faster.
Now to the library, one of the more interesting backgrounds I find. I always enjoy the way the books wiggle around and kind of twitch around, making it feel really alive. But this is going to be a show of proper cross throwing, and good timing, and hopefully no stairs bosses where he's supposed to fall through or stand.
Yeah, this stage is always making me jealous. I'm always like, I want a library like this. I mean, minus the enemies, maybe, but...
Fantastic fight from Eagle Eye Jones, finishing off the dancing ghosts and moving on to stage 7. Once again, we are still very close race. Everybody is it's pretty neck and neck. Any wrong mistake or any great success can bring the gap that much closer between these two racers.
Yeah, so Stuff and Stuff is deciding not to go for the book jump, which might be the better choice for a race, depending on how consistent you are. It doesn't save a lot of time, but it's a bit of a mind thing, you know. It's pretty scary to do, and even if you do the setup right, you're in the right spot, sometimes you can just slip off the book because you move a tiny bit too far to the right side. So that's definitely a good way to take it safe. I'm not sure if Eagle Eyes is going for it. I haven't watched him as much lately.
I believe it's on his list of things to attempt, and he has tried it and been successful, but I don't know if he's going to be willing to put it into this run. We're going to go ahead and see. I mean, they've got to be feeling pretty confident about themselves, even with the little mistakes that they've been making. So far, knock on wood, they are playing fairly conservatively.
Dang. Yeah, got the low X. I think I saw, but got a knockback instead of getting forward.
All right, let's see if he's going to do the setup for the book jump. He's got a little bit of a weird cycle going on here, so he's got to read the demon.
Whoa, scary jump.
Oh!
No. Oh, barely missed it.
Little hectic. I believe the original the books on the first cycle here messed him up a little bit, but
Yeah.
was a good attempt nonetheless. He's not going to lose too much time on that. He's going to be able to get his cross back, hopefully, some point within the run, and be able to recoup very, very quickly. Not too many caused by the death. Not too much time.
Oof.
Ooh.
So yeah, while Stuff and Stuff is moving forward to stage 8, or how some call it stage 8, Eagle Eye Jones now has to fight the boss of the stage, just having the axe, because he will only get the cross back in the middle of stage 8. So he's probably trying to build up the multiplayer for the axe and hopefully go triple axe versus the boss. If you fight him whip only, that's gonna take a while.
Yeah, especially with the shield defense that Sir Grackle has, and the occasional health glitch where he may not even take any damage or regain health just by a fluke. So let's see if Stuff is able to handle the true the anger of stage 8. Coming up probably to the Palpatine spikes in a little bit, that you guys are never going to be able to unhear once you hear the ceiling scream do it at you multiple times. Let's see if Stuff gets the cycle as Eagle Eye Jones. Yes, he gets the boost and a safe cycle through as Eagle Eye Jones makes his way down through the hallway underneath the ceiling spikes, making his way to the fight. All you can hear, do it, do it, do it. Come on, Stuff. Come on, Eagle Eye Jones. Come on, our racers. Come on, chat. Let's go ahead and root for everybody and keep on pushing as Eagle Eye Jones makes his way into Sir Grackle to see if he can do this with no multiplier on the axes and just whip.
That's interesting. But yeah, should be fine. So I feel like. Not sure if you agree, baby. Yeah, Stuff and Stuff coming up on the last screen of stage 8. There's a lot of damage boosting going on for this one.
Yep, indeed. Let's see if he can pull them all off. Doesn't go for the quick stairs, goes for a safe stairs boost. That's fine. The one that's coming up should be a little more risky, depending on if he's going to be able to get the eyes through it.
Grabbing the potion, that's a good choice too. Yeah, because you can go safely through until the blood drip. That's a pretty good one too, because he's super good on health now.
Oh yeah, will he bet on Vegas? No, going safe Vegas, I don't blame him.
Yeah. Nice pattern though. Alright, Eagle Eye Jones entered stage 8 now too.
Absolutely, coming up, still making up a good distance, being safe.
Doing a good job though with this X recovery. Because this screen feels a lot different if you don't have the cross.
Absolutely, the flow of the entire screen, it changes completely when you just can't throw straight across and have things bouncing back in your favor. Going for the poison boost, which is the safer strat, especially if you only have access. Good job, Eagle Eye Jones, of handling. Oh no!
Oh, no.
Commentator's cursed. I'm sorry.
Has to happen at least once, right? Nah, that's unfortunate that, yeah.
Absolutely. Right now, Stuff entering stage 9. One of the more contrasty stages, we could say, as the previous stages have been a little doom and gloom. This one is where we get to see all of Dracula's shiny collection in gold. That is very beautifully displayed by the graphics from Konami.
One of the best tracks in the game, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Right, pretty clean from Stuff so far. Yeah, for this screen in particular, there's a lot of lag reduction too. Because if you jump on all of these and you have all the ghosts in the background and everything going on, there's gonna be a lot of lag. So you really have to see if you don't land on all the platforms and have less. Trying to not have all of them to disappear, because that's gonna cause a lot of time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always important to try to reduce the amount of sprites on screen, as a lot of the times it can be a little overloaded. Eagle Eye Jones now making his way through the Palpatine spikes and taking it a little slower, a little safer. You can see that the deaths are starting to wear down and weigh down on him. But he's going to be able to get back into his routine here once he gets the wall meat and is able to capture the backup cross just after these bats. I wonder if he's going to go for the safe bat boost to keep it. Nope, he's just going to be able to take care of it and capture the cross without any issues here. That stuff is stuff. Still deathless, if I'm not mistaken. Pushing through stage 9 with like hot knife through butter.
Really doing a fantastic job, yeah.
All right, he's let's see if stuff goes for. Wait for a second to get. He's just gonna go take the 2-hit damage boost, and absolutely despawns the dragon, bone dragon, on the second tier here, and is going to be able to make it all the way to Zapbat in fantastic form. Eagle Eye Jones making his way through stage 8 and being able to make his way to the Vegas. Hopefully Vegas is kind, and he's going to be able to take care of Frankie without any issues now that he has his cross back.
Ooh, bit of a scary Vegas, but he's got through. Nice.
Good patience, good show of patience from Eagle Eye to just not panic and jump when the needle's coming down. It's important to note that there is indeed a safe spot on the edge of the platforms if you are able to position yourself properly. Fantastic fight from Eagle Eye Jones, and let's see how the bats go for Stuff is Stuff.
Yeah, Stuff is on the second phase already. So what happens on the bat is you want to try and get 22 hits in as soon as possible, and trying to get the last hit on the first phase in when a bat is low on ground. So all you have to do is jump into your crosses. Yeah, when you break the bat into 3 and it's a bit higher, you have to wait for it to reload.
Yes, if I'm not mistaken too, it affects the momentum that the bats have. If they come from higher up, they can swoop down a little more aggressively, and if you catch it on a low dip, it's a little bit easier. They have more idle time for you to use your whips and your crosses. So it's a key thing to try to control the chaos that is the Zapbat fight the best that you can, and count your whips to make sure that they really do count.
Yeah, still looking fantastic on Stuff and Stuff side, so I don't want to jinx it, I'm not gonna say anything, but he's doing an amazing job right now.
Ooh, that skeleton wanted to change that very quickly, but a good reaction.
Really nicely done, yeah.
Alrighty, Eagle Eye Jones making quick work, getting his triple combo back up on the stage 9. Still only a stage difference. 1 or 2 bad deaths, if they happen, could very much close this gap and make this anyone's game. It is not completely out of the woods yet. So let's keep hyping up our racers and make sure that they feel our energy, guys. Come on.
Yeah, especially having stage B ahead still, that's like I feel like in a race setting you're so close to your end and you don't want to die in stage B, because if you do that, there's a way to get a backup cross. Might not go for it, I'm not sure if they practice that. It's a bit in a cool spot. You can get a backup cross. I have to fight your way through the final four without a cross, so that's if you die on B, that can be a really game-changing one.
Absolutely. But both of these racers I know have been practicing that backup strat specifically with the swing on the ring to make sure that it's a little bit safer to get it with the knife. As an example, for when I tried to go for the backup cross during my race, I got pinched between the spikes on the ceiling as I did not know that backup strat with the ring. So let's hope that neither of our racers need it, as Eagle Eye Jones makes his ascent, going for the boost, making sure that he waits a little bit so that the timing on the dragon doesn't knock him out of the air, getting it fantastically, despawning the dragon and making his way up to the Zapbat. As Stuff is Stuff is now making his way onto the pre-Mummy fight, as A is one of the shortest stages, but Mummy cannot be cooperative sometimes.
Yeah, so if he gets a 2 cycle now, that might close the gap a tiny bit. Let's see what he gets. Still only a stage difference. Oh wow, that's fun.
It's not the best one. The best spawn, for anyone who doesn't know, is on the far right-hand side, where you can then use frame-perfect whips and, very close there on a one cycle. Frame-perfect whips and crosses to be able to do maximum amounts of damage. That is the second best spawn, where you can still use your crosses safely and do tons of damage. Good 2 cycle from Stuff is Stuff. And let's see how the bat fight goes very quickly for Eagle Eye. Oh, getting a little close there. And he's going to be able to take care of that. A little chaotic, but he's good to go. The best spawn, as I was saying, is on the right side. That's the second best spawn on the left side. The worst spawn, the troll spawn, is in the dead center, which could very much be a killer if you don't place yourself properly on the platforms.
Oh, I was low on hearts, dang. Yeah, then couldn't do much about that.
Ooh! Oh! I was a whoa! Stuff
Oh
and
no,
stuff.
that's a bad one. Oh, holy shit. I was about to say, yo, nice vertical section from Stuff, and then stuff happened. Oh god. Oh no.
Second one. Oh, this is this where Eagle Eye Jones is gonna be able to catch up? Are Stairs Boss really?
Oh,
Three!
wow.
Oh no!
This screen is just, no, you're not gonna pass. Okay,
Oh.
this could be game changing. Let's see.
This is absolutely a gap closer. Eagle Eye, if he's able to keep up a good pace on stage A and get a good ascent and fight mummies properly, Stuff is Stuff now has to take a little bit of time and either decide, is it worth it to build up the combo over the ascent of stage B, or is it worth it to just go into the Slogro with one fight? Does he think that Eagle Eye Jones can close the gap that quickly? Here comes the ascent in stage B, up the staircase. It can be a little risky. Sometimes the stairs just don't want to cooperate. Let's see how Eagle Eye Jones handles this second part of A1 and is pushing his way forward. He's got combo in hand. He's in a good place, hopefully keeping a good pace.
Good climb so far from Eagle Eye Jones too on the clock tower section.
Fantastic. Fantastic climb. No trolley stairs. He does not have the cross, but is he going to go for it? Let's see if he goes for this backup strat.
Oh, he's not. Deciding not to. Alright. See? This
What was-
might be an opportunity for Eagle Eye Jones to close the gap.
Absolutely. Whip percent is it's still a viable option. He can do a lot of damage very quickly. But if Eagle Eye is able to keep the cross combo that he has and implement the strats, it can absolutely cut the time down by minutes.
Nice platforms for Stuff and Stuff, making it possible for him to grab a second meat, which is gonna help with Slug, especially going in whip only.
Alrighty, in Slogro we trust, Slogro be kind. Let's see how Stuff is Stuff handles this fight. Eagle Eye Jones making his way up to the mummies. Hopefully he's going to be able to get a nice pattern. He's got enough crosses.
come
Ooh,
on.
bad pattern. Hopefully they don't bandage him into the pit.
Oh,
Stay safe.
that's that one. Yeah, having him spawn in the middle and doing these bandages because he can't really do a lot of damage.
Handled well though by Eagle Eye Jones, making sure that he doesn't panic, making sure that everything is okay. Slogger seems to be cooperating. Oh, another bad bandage pattern for Eagle Eye. This is unfortunate.
Double middle spawn. We couldn't have trolled much more.
No, absolutely not. Mummy was not kind. Oh,
Come on.
had to be said, had to be said. Slogra now getting some dives in. Oh, on Stuff is Stuff. Let's see if he's going to be okay. He should be okay.
Should be.
Alrighty. Good fight from Stuff is Stuff going in there at whip percent, no crosses. Now Gaiabon can be a little bit of a headache. He's hard to track if you lose rhythm with him, but you should be able to take care of it and be able to move forward onto the death fight, finish up this this Drac run, and hopefully he's gonna be okay and take the lead, keep the lead. Sorry.
Nice vertical section from Eagle Eye. Nice jump on the blocks and the stairs.
Yeah, much kinder to Eagle Eye Jones than it was to Stuff is Stuff.
Yeah, that bridge is another example for lag reduction right away, because you have this bridge scrambling, you have all the bats following Simon, so it's a lot of lag if you don't kill the bats. But
back
again,
whip is absolutely necessary.
yeah, but again, can't blame him because if you're off with your timing by whipping the bats, they might hit you and then you take a lot more damage than what's intended, and that's not good going into this climb.
Let's see how the second part of stage B is to Eagle Eye Jones, making sure that he sticks to those stairs, taking no risks, making sure that he backs up and takes full jumps, no single frame jumps to cut them short, as Stuff is now facing Death. Let's see if he's able to take care of him with strats and he doesn't just hang around on the top shelf waiting for him. Oh, he's got a good pattern.
Coming down. Yeah, sometimes he can troll a lot, like not coming down at all, and then can't get these quick diagonals in.
Very nice fight for Stuff on Death. Able to come down and say hello with a bunch of whips to the face and move on to Drac. He should, I don't know if he knows how far ahead he is. He's on a fantastic pace for sub 40 right now. If he's able to do it, is he gonna, yes, he goes for the secret. I'd say smart choice. No cross. Taking it careful, making sure that he measures the distance between the tip of the moon and the head of Simon to make sure that he doesn't miss that jump, as there is no visual cue as to where you stop short of the background. Eagle Eye now taking the platforms, hoping that they're going to be kind to him, and he's able to make his way up to Slogra with 33 hearts and a triple cross. If Stuff has a rough time with Dracula, this is still a race.
Getting at least one corner spawn right ahead. You don't want to get these corner spawns. But doing a good job, Justin.
Yep.
Eagle Eye Jones fighting Slug.
Doing fantastic cross strats with the 3 cross overlay to make sure that each one does 1 pip of damage to try to cut. Oh, nice strat there.
I haven't seen that one before.
Getting 2 crosses.
That should be good. Let's see if he gets the meat. Nice.
Yeah, that pretty much seals it in for Stuff as Eagle Eye Jones finishes Slogra and moves his way over to Gaibon to be able to take him down with crosses. That should be a very quick fight. Stuff has now moved on to the final phase of Dracula with a nice chunk of health. He should be A-okay to finish off this race. Let's see, that's exactly it. Let's see what we have for the final time on Stuff. He is going to be finishing up and finishing first in this race. Let's go ahead and give him a round of applause and congratulate him accordingly, chat. That's a GG.
GG. Not finishing on 69 though. I'm not sure if this one is valid.
Yeah, you should throw one more cross Stuff. Don't waste the opportunity. Let's see now, Eagle Eye Jones. Don't drop the hype, guys, just because one racer is over. We still have to finish off this other run. Eagle Eye Jones walking into death right now. Let's go ahead and see how he does those crosses and handles the rest of this run. Hype him up, guys. Let's go.
Yeah, although he died, he did a really fantastic job keeping his pace, not getting letting it get to his head too much.
Exactly it.
2-3 bad things happen. It can all snowball. That could be way worse than this.
Absolutely. The Grim being a little unkind and the downward whips not cooperating. I'd assume with a little bit of the lag, those downward whips become a little bit more of a headache. The back whips at least. But he was able to aggressively finish off death with a little bit of frustration whips.
Good decision.
Absolutely. The health was far too low, and you only get 5 health bars going down going into this aisle. So if anything, he has enough crosses, has full health, and he is now going into the final fight, Dracula. Let's go ahead and cheer him on, guys. Three crosses over onto the top of Drac. The first phase, as we know, with the small little orbs, they're kind of a pain. Oh, nice damage to jump right into the meat phase right off the bat. That is very good. Normally that phase can cause a little bit of damage, a little bit of headaches if he decides to do the force split, but that turned out very good. And moving on to the fire phase, fantastic show of skill for this Drac fight from Eagle Eye Jones.
Yeah, he really shows what he has until the very end.
Absolutely, a great display of skill. This is a fantastic show. Regardless of second place, Eagle Eye, be proud of this one. You've done fantastic on this run. Now moving on to the final phase of Drac, putting this one to bed. Put Drac in its coffin, put the nail in the coffin, and put the coffin in the ground. Alrighty, with the final crosses, that is it for Eagle Eye Jones. Let's go ahead and give those GGs to everybody. Thank you very much.
Very nice job from both of them, yeah. Pretty close at the start, then unfortunate deaths for Eagle Eye. But he fought his way to the very end, and that's, yeah, deserves a lot of respect, in my opinion, still. Because that's not easy to do.
Not at all. A 3-minute difference in a game that even in its higher tier takes over half an hour to complete is it is nothing to laugh at. This is a fantastically close race, a fantastic show of skill from our racers. We're going to be talking to them in just a moment. Fantastic run, awesomely done, guys. Thank you so much for racing for us. Great show of skill towards each independent section. And we couldn't have asked for a better way to spend the past hour.
Definitely, yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and see if we can get them into the Discord, and we're going to be able to have a nice little interview and ask them about how they felt the run went and how they would like to, move forward with it. Let's go ahead and pull up all the details here. See if we can get our runners in.
Good thing also is this is a double elimination, so even though Eagle Eye Jones lost this one, he gets knocked down to the lower bracket, so he still has a chance to fight his way through and maybe eventually come back to the upper bracket.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing who else would like to join me in that bracket. It's going to be fantastic runs nonetheless. Just because it's the losers bracket, don't be thinking that it's going to be anything to miss, guys. It's going to be something to watch. It's going to be more displays of Castlevania speed running skill. I believe we have one of our runners in here. Yes, we do. We have Stuff is Stuff in here with us right now. So Stuff is Stuff, first place, and you're on PB pace for a very good portion of this run, showing fantastic skill all the way through. Very good focus. A little bit of a hiccup towards the end as B was very unkind to you with the stairs boss. But other than that, a great run. How do you think you feel you did?
First of all.
Oh, got a little bit of an audio here. Stuff didn't pick up your answer.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep, we're good.
Hey, you can hear me now. Hey, alrighty. Yo, so
Hey.
yeah. Overall, I was very happy with the run. The B1 stairs gave me anxiety, so I was like, oh, I'm not gonna drop down them because I always fall through them.
Yeah,
just
my heart
walk
stopped
down
for a
them.
second.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, lockdown. This should be safe, right? No, nothing's safe. And then after that, when it just kept I kept falling through the stairs, I was like, all right, let's just focus. Let's just get through this part, and we know whip strats. Let's just whip only the rest of this game and get through it. Because I knew I was on incredible pace still.
Yeah, absolutely. You were on fantastic pace for the majority of the run. I would say almost 90% of that run. And you opted to. It's funny you say that whip percent. We all were waiting to see whether or not you were going to go for that backup cross. Is that just because it's not 100% comfortable on stage B for that backup swing yet, or is that something that you remember?
I've tried it once.
So
maybe now's not the time to experiment more.
Fair.
I tried it once for the first time yesterday, I think. I was like, yeah, that's not the move. I could whip them to death, and I still felt comfortable. I was like, I'm still on sub 40 pace, even if I just whip everything.
You did fantastic on that run. It was a good choice to go towards the end. Safe definitely paid off for you in this run. It was a great show, and congratulations to be able to move on to the next round.
Thank you. Yeah, it was tons of fun. Look forward to it. And shout out to Eagle Eye. Eagle Eye put on an amazing show. I can't be happier to be running against Eagle.
Yeah, you guys are fantastic rivals. You definitely pump each other up and support each other and compete with each other to just constantly do better. This was a fantastic show of sportsmanship and skill. Now, Eagle Eye coming up in second, and not even a far second. That was a very close run. I don't know if you know how tight that run was for a majority of it. and how towards the end you indeed had a possibility of coming back. So this was a fantastic way to start off the Super Castlevania tournament and the first show of the bracket. How do you feel that you did?
Yeah, first of all, congratulations to Stuff. And man, I said it so many times. Stuff is just a fantastic runner overall. And I mean, he has the experience of running other very hard games, and he just manages to constantly and consistently run his games, and that is what worked absolutely in his favor. And I mean, having a sub 40 race is just insane. I mean, if you think about it, what I gathered, he even had a few deaths, so at least one or maybe two, I don't know. So that is, and to keep a sub 40 pace with 1 times or 2 times dying is just insane. So congratulations to him. And yeah, the thing was, I was feeling a bit nervy at the start of the race. I was doing little mistakes and somehow threw me off balance. And so I was a little unsure about the whole situation. But I started to feel a little confident later on as the stages went on. And I just went for the show. I tried to incorporate all the funny things, you know, like ring glitches and the book jump, which didn't work, unfortunately, and had a few deaths on 8-2, which cost me pretty much. And yeah, overall, I have to say I had a pretty strong finish. I felt good about A and B, and I had to cope again with very bad mummy patterns, but I was training them beforehand, so that was okay, and I was quite happy with B. And I felt like I would be able to compete with Stuff, but in the end, he just showed that he has incredible talent.
It was a good race, fantastic race. Tin, is there anything that you'd like to ask the runners?
Yeah, one thing I might want to ask, if you have a little bit of time left, is learning this game. What was the hardest thing for you guys to do, and what was the thing you enjoyed the most about learning this game?
The hardest thing to learn for me personally was the ring glitch. It might seem that the ring glitch came off the easiest for me, but it is not. I had to do the ring glitch over and over and over again, as well as the Tunnel of Love corridor with the skeletons. I tend to get stuck on those. The thing that I like the most about learning this game is just running it, just finishing it, just completing it, just taking in the whole CV4 experience. And because I had this game as a kid and I love this game to death, and just the whole experience from start to finish, you know, witnessing Simon just walking through the landscape and approaching Dracula's castle and finally taking him down, and it all finishes off with the castle crumbling and Simon standing in the sunrise, and the whole feeling of this whole game is my favorite thing about it, learning the game.
Yeah, it feels so good, right?
Yeah, for me, I think like the movement. Coming from Ninja Gaiden originally, I was so used to this like very fluid movement, and when I first started, I was like, Simon feels clunky, but it's just because I didn't understand how to control Simon. And then like learning that how to make Simon move the way you want him to move, it's so satisfying. And when the game's played like well, it's so beautiful to watch. I think the most difficult thing is the whip. I still don't feel like I understand how the whip works, and I get the limp whip more often than I feel like I would want to. I'm like, whip please. Most of the time it's whip please. And when it does what I want it to, I'm like, yes, okay, we got through that part. Yeah, that and the bosses. The bosses, I still don't feel like I know how to properly fight the bosses.
There's a lot of optimization that can be done when it comes to strats on these bosses, and thankfully JC released a brand new, fully in-depth tutorial for all of us to be able to review and to go over and to practice and to to improve upon. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, both of you again. Both runners, Eagle Eye Jones and Stuff is Stuff. Please, everybody in the chat, go on over there. I'm sure you're already aware of them, but give them a follow. Pay attention. There's more races to come for these guys. We're going to be scheduling a lot more moving forward into the future. Just to let everybody know about what is coming up next. As far as I'm aware, as for the schedule, as of, let's just make sure that I'm doing this right here. I believe it is March 12th is the next match between Drunken Draconian and Krunen at early in the morning, and then there is another match later on in the day. Let's see here. At 11 p.m. GMT 0 for Retrofile TV and G-Dub Plays. So once again, so that is Friday, March 12th at 4:30 a.m. GMT plus 0 time for Drunken Draconian and Krunen, and then later on in the day, Friday, March 12th at 11 p.m. GMT plus 0 time, we have Retrofile versus G-Dub Plays. These are both very high-level runners. We are going to be expecting to see a lot of fantastic displays of skill, and thank you very much again for the runners today. For Tin for helping me commentate. Tin, thank you very much for joining me here. This was fantastic covering these races with you.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much, everybody that was inside of the chat for coming along and watching this with us, hyping up the racers and supporting the entire channel. Once again, follow Castlevania Speedruns and go ahead and speedrun something yourself, everybody. So have yourselves a great day, great runs, and catch you all next time very soon.